What you pay attention to is eventually what your mind gets to recognize and work with. Either that thing is positive or negative, your mind act on it, and then you get the result from it. You look at yourself right now and you know that you don't like who you are. There's every possibility that your mind has not been working well. You've not been harnessing the potentials of your mind. And one funny thing is, everybody have this mind free of charge that are poor and are actually performing below average. It has been established from reliable billionaires that their problem is actually because they can't see the success they wish. Things you can do to enhance your mindset is getting close to those who are actually doing what you want to do, or those who are actually going where you want to go, those who have the similar vision with you and they are traveling the same road you want to go to. The reason you're going to be poor is because you lack knowledge. One thing with learning is the more you learn, the more you feel like you are just starting out. You can do it. You can do it. For some of you that don't know what I'm doing, I'm trying to re-energize my mind, telling myself that I can do it. I can do it. The reason why I'm doing this is I'm feeling nervous today. If you are meeting me for the first time, my name is A. Kabir. I'm going to blow your mind today. It doesn't matter how I'm feeling. What is important to me is that I gather the strength, I gather the courage and confidence to do this video today. And I'm going to blow your mind. Just watch from the beginning to the end of this video. There's a lot of barriers that are blocking your mind. Do you know how I come to know this? I have been able to successfully remove a lot of barriers from my mind, and I can now see the future clearer. So, some of my experience is what I want to share with you. If you are meeting me for the first time, my name is A. Kabir, and I've been doing this for 63 days. Today is day 64, and I'm going to keep doing this for 1,000 days. Now, let's get started. Yesterday, I did a video about introduction to the mind. Where you are today, it was as a result of your mind that brought you there, either knowingly or unknowingly. Like I said yesterday, your mind doesn't care if you understand or not. In fact, your lack of understanding is also part of the understanding of your mind of what is going to use against you. It's against you because it's not going to favor you. So, if you want to succeed, you must be intentional about what your mind goes into, what you pay attention to. Like I always repeat, what you pay attention to is eventually what your mind gets to recognize and work with. And as soon as that happens, so either that thing is positive or negative, your mind act on it, and then you get the result from it. What I often tell people is, if you don't like your life right now, if you look at yourself right now and you know that you don't like who you are, there's every possibility that your mind has not been working well. You've not been harnessing the potentials of your mind. And one funny thing is, everybody have this mind free of charge. A lot of people that are poor and are actually performing below average or extremely poor. It has been established from reliable billionaires that their problem is actually because they can't see the success they wish, or they can't actually visualize, see themselves in the type of success that they want, and thereby they live in a wishful thinking, always wishing that things could come their way the way they want. But they did not really initiate their mind into doing something that could actually take them to that place they want to go to. Now, I want to break this down, and I want to use these three barriers. Number one is lack of knowledge. I would call it lack of knowledge or information. Number two is actually belief system. And number three is lack of vision. I want to base my discussion on these three aspects today. It's going to blow your mind, like I said, because I'm going to be discussing raw from my own experience. A lot of you that knew me in the past, if you notice, a lot of things are changing about my life. One amazing thing is, I didn't actually believe that where I am today, I could become something like this in the past. But I started to believe. That's why I told you that part of my discussion today is going to cover belief system and how it has helped me and how it affected me in the past. Please listen to this video. Even if you are doing well already, I have a message for you. I have people that in the past, I came across people that in the past, in their business, they do, say for example, 5 million naira, 10 million naira, 15 million naira monthly, like sales. But today, some of them are doing 500 million naira. Some of them are doing almost 1 billion. And some of them are already going, like they are approaching $1 million. This is true stories, true story. They are some of my friends actually. Anyway, don't come after me. But like I told you, part of the things you can do to enhance your mindset is getting close to those who are actually doing what you want to do, or those who are actually going where you want to go. Vision, those who have the similar vision with you and they are traveling the same road you want to go to. Consider holding those people hands, just like I'm doing. When I tell people that I'm going to be a billionaire, they don't know what I'm saying. They don't know why I'm saying that. I'm actually going to be revealing a lot of secrets on this video. Really, I'm going to do that. People have been following me and I appreciate it. By the way, if you have not subscribed, if you have not followed me, follow. You watch my videos without following. By the way, that's just on a lighter note. Now, number one, lack of knowledge. I started as a classroom teacher, my life after my graduation from school. So, while I was working as a classroom teacher for others, trying so hard, in fact, I worked then like never before. Even now, myself as a business owner, I don't work like the way I work teaching in a classroom, working for others. Please listen, like I said, I have a lot to give within these 25 minutes, maximum 30 minutes, but you have something to learn. It will amaze you. So, I traveled through the journey of working for others, and I'm so happy that I was able to learn those experiences. Like I tell people, it is not every type of knowledge that is beneficial. And how do I know this? You probably listening to me right now, you so knowledgeable, you have a lot of degrees, or maybe you have just one single degree, or maybe you just don't even have degree but you are educated. But guess what? You've never ever asked yourself, what can you do with that knowledge and how can you turn it to something tangible, a result you can see. The thing with you is probably you have been trying all this while to look for a job that does not exist anyway, or perhaps you already have the job but it's not satisfying you. You are not happy in it, but you have to keep doing it. Congratulations to you, you're going to be poor. Listen to me, I have a message for you. And the reason you're going to be poor is because you lack knowledge. I used to lack a lot of knowledge, and I know now that I still lack a lot of knowledge, because one thing with learning is the more you learn, the more you feel like you are just starting out. I probably have read a lot of financial books right now as I speak to you, business strategies and all of that. So many things I'm learning every day. I don't know if you get. But for me, what I've discovered is that the more I learn, the more I realize that I am just starting out and I need. In fact, as I'm talking to you, I had a lot of books lined up for November, December. What do we call it? The Millionaire Fast Lane. We call this one 48 Laws of Power, and there's one other one. Three line up, and I have to finish it. By the way, I'm reading 1,000 books. It's part of my promise, my vow. I'm doing 1,000 videos, and I'm writing 100 books. These are some of my biggest goals. And I'm also training 1 million people that each will earn, from what I train them, they'll be able to earn to themselves $1 million each. You can see these are some of my, like I said, I'm going to be revealing today. If you want to be part of this journey, consider talking to me. Of course, I'm already traveling the journey. Like I said, I was a classroom teacher, became a lecturer, now a business owner, and I'm going to places. Come with me. How do you do that? By learning. Lack of knowledge has actually played a great role in pulling you down all these days that you don't know. But one thing with people, you don't know that you don't know. So you don't know that it's necessary for you to know. Rather, you think you even know. Wisdom. See, let me be very frank with you. I'm not laughing with you now. Let's be serious. This is not a warning anyway. But I realized that my former person, my me in the past, because the best way I examine myself is to observe how have I been in the last 5 years, how I am now, what are the kind of knowledge that I passed through, and what made me came here. So what could take me in the next 5 years to where I want to be? Let me show you, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, I have not gotten there. We are coming to vision. Today I'm discussing barriers that is blocking you from going to where you want to go to. I said number one is lack of knowledge. You lack the knowledge and wisdom to take yourself from point A to point B. Before you to move from point A to point B, there is always something new you need to learn. And that thing you need to learn might not just come just as a knowledge. If it comes as a knowledge, that's the first step. Then the next step will be for you to refine it by acting. A lot of you read books. I was talking to one of my mentees a while ago and she was like, you think I don't read? I read a lot. But it seems like, oh, you always tell me to go and read. The problem with her is that she never lived that stage of learning. That's why most graduates are unsuccessful. That's why most graduates can't help themselves. They have the knowledge, but they don't know what to do with it. That's why even the lecturers you have in the university that are teaching people, they are not successful. Perhaps most of you are considering yourself successful. I don't know your level of success. I don't know the definition of your success. But to me, if you cannot take good care of yourself, at least eat well, right? I don't think you are successful. By the way, when it comes to success, there are different definitions for it. And some persons might just be okay the way they are, and maybe they have achieved what they want to achieve. Maybe being that lecturer is always what you have wanted and you have gotten it. Perhaps it's a definition for success. But for me, there are a lot of instances, there are a lot of metrics that are used to define success. Success is not what we're talking about today, but today, if you have knowledge, put it into use, take actions, bring results out of it, then you are considered successful because you are able to drive results from knowledge. Many poor people that are so knowledgeable, so smart, but they can analyze and analyze and analyze without results. That's why they are poor. So knowledge is as good as poverty if you can't implement it, if you can't use it. That's why degrees are useless. They are if you can't utilize it. So that's it about knowledge. What I'm telling you is that you might need to consider expanding your horizon in terms of learning. And once you are learning, it's not ordinary learning, it's not all type of learning. You need to be very, very intentional about what you learn, the kind of things you get in touch with. Like for me, even if I can't read, I listen to audio books. I listen to motivational speakers every day. I read books almost every day, right? Books that I can take action. In fact, if I read episode 1, or what they call it, chapter 1, I want to find out what is it from this episode or this chapter that I can implement. And one funny thing with me is that if I have any challenge, I just look for the book that connects me to that challenge, and I find answers to my problem, and I move to the next stage. Knowledge is very, very important. Please, when I say knowledge, it's not ordinary knowledge we are talking about here. It's not the type you go and lecturer teach you in school. It's not the type that is attached to degree or certificate. It's just practically self-learning. What you can do with your own hands and bring result out of it, then it means that you are now learning. So, because you are not learned, a lot of things come into your life and you accept them just the way they came. A lot of people mess you up. A lot of people that are not learned and don't really understand what's happening. You cannot manage finances. If you are not well grounded, there's level of money that will come into your life that will go away just like that. Why do you keep wondering why you don't have enough money? The thing is, you've not been a good manager of wealth in your life. We are all supposed to be good manager of resources that God has created, but rather a lot of us are not the good manager. We are just good consumers. Let the monies just fall and we use them the way they came. We don't plan how this money, if I have 5 million naira today, how can 5 million naira become 10 million naira? And in what time? Maybe in the next 3 months, in the next 6 months, in the next 1 year. If I have 10 million naira today, how can 10 million naira become 100 million naira? That takes a lot of learning and knowledge and discipline, right? By the way, discipline is another form of knowledge. I don't want to flog this knowledge aspect too much, but it's too important to be ignored. If you are not learned, see, guess what will happen to you? People will manipulate you. People will use you when they want to use you. And they will dump you when they are done. And guess what? You don't even know that they are done with you and that you are a trash. That's because you don't have common sense. I don't know if you get. And the best thing that can give you common sense is what? Learning. And how do you learn? Learn by doing. Don't even read books. In fact, if you read one page, go and act on the one page. Come back. That's why once people come to me that they want to learn e-commerce, by the way, I'm an e-commerce guy. That's my number one business. And it's part of where I intend to build 1 million people that will have $1 million each in their life. We have so many other areas. Part of what I'm doing now is also part of the way to get 1 million people getting $1 million in their account, right? So when people come to me that I want to learn e-commerce, how are you doing it? How are you making money? I tell them, look, the first thing first, you need to learn. That's why I give you minimum of 3 months for you to spend in our academy before you learn how it works. Then you start implementing. That might give you another maybe 2 or 3 months under our mentorship. Until you start making the money, no, you are not going anywhere. You are not graduating anywhere. And we are not giving you any certificate. By the way, the only certificate you have from us is to bring the result from the money you've earned by selling. The reason why I'm digressing a little bit is that you learn by doing. I had to spend about 8 to 7 months after leaving my lecturing job in the university for me to start earning money. All those months, I was just learning and doing by learning on the job. That's what most people are not doing, and that's why you can never be learned. You probably will be an educated illiterate. A lot of people don't find this comfortable when I say this, but educated illiterate are those people that are so learned with so many certificates, but unfortunately they cannot produce anything from the knowledge. Part of the reason I left my lecturing job was simply because I could not actually see myself doing what I've learned for 8 years. How cruel is that? I don't understand. I had to spend my resources, my time, my energy, my youthful age, 5 years for first degree, 3 solid years for second degree in the university. But after I graduated, the first time they will be giving me my certificate, look, I took about 30 minutes looking at my master's degree certificate. What am I going to use this to do when I knew it's right between me and God, that in my head, I really do not have what it takes to go out there and challenge things or make things happen? No, The only thing I was thinking is where to get a job. In fact, I was applying into College of Educations, into even standard private schools, secondary schools, primary schools to take me for a job. 8 years of my life wasted learning something, learning chemical reactions that does not have any impact whatsoever directly in my life. Do you understand? Obviously, I need to digress a little bit to make sure that this sink into your head. Let me tell you one of the posts I had today that really touched me myself. If you ever think that going to school, getting a degree will make you rich or will give you what you want, relying on that degree, let me inform you before you finish that you're going to be a failure. True story. You're going to be a failure. How do I know that? I know millions and billions of people holding that certificate right now that are poor. They are not doing well whatsoever. And some of you might challenge me that we have others that are doing well. Look at the percentage. I give you this assignment. Go out there. Sample like 10 persons that are degree holders and a graduate. Right? Randomly. Tell me how many of them can boast of at least, I don't want to mention amount. It depends on you. But do the assignments. Guess the amount you want to use. And come back to me with the results. It will shock you that look, a lot of them are just parabolating around looking for a job to do. That is not supposed to be. Get the right knowledge, man. This is not to say that you should not go to school. Right? You can go to school. But if I knew what I know now, I would have done some things even better before going to school. Or rather, if I'm in school, I will focus more on those things compared to the way I focus on studying my exams or studying for those reactions and all of that. I study chemistry. Right? Do you know that recently I started struggling to remove anything that has to do with chemical reactions in my head, because I feel they are burdens, they are poison in my head. What should I do with them? So in essence, you must learn. Some of you are thinking that you are already learned. You are not. How do I know you are not? What you have learned over the years has not produced the results you want. Me and you know the truth that what you want in your life is not in your life right now. You probably keep blaming God or keep believing that God will make it happen miraculously, which is never going to happen. You have to make it happen. Right? You have to go out there, learn, and make it happen. Do you know how I know this? I wrote my resignation letter. Before doing that, I tried to discuss with a lot of people that look, I want to quit my job. I want to quit my lecturing job. Why do I want to quit? I was not seeing my life in the direction I wanted. So, because if I look at the professors, the PhD holders, all of those people that are ahead of me, the apex, the only person that inspired me was the VC in the school. That's the only person. And I now look at the journey, what I have to do to become a VC. I just look at it that it's a waste of time, effort, resources, and my entire life probably. Right? If you are following me right now, please subscribe. Please subscribe, so that, because the more you subscribe, the more this video gets to other persons and the more crowd we gather here. And with time, I want to do this in such a way that it's going to be live Q&A. You ask me questions, I use tailored answers to give you responses while others to learn. So the best you can do for me is to share this video to at least 10 persons so that them too can learn from it. This mindset obviously is a topic that everybody needs to understand. Where you are right now, I'm guaranteeing you, or I'm assuring you that if you can shift your mindset, I call it shifting your gears. I tell you, in the next 5 years, you're probably going to be where you want to be. Do you understand? And these are some of the tactics. I'm talking about knowledge. Lack of knowledge is what is actually serving as a barrier to stopping you from going to where you want to go to. Once you are learned, I tell you, it's easy to get it done. The best way to learn also is by doing. I don't know if I've repeated this several times. Then finally, I don't want to go to the second part, which is belief system, and the third part which is the vision. But we're going to take it one step at a time. I want to take my time to make sure that you understand the power of learning, the power of knowledge, right? There's really power in that. Because I was able to move from where I was, taking salary, taking over 100,000 as a lecturer 2 in the university. That was the highest level I got to, and I had to resign. But guess what I'm taking today? I don't want to tell you, just guess. See, there's power in learning, and there's joy in it. It is hard, it is tough. It's not everybody that want to learn. Some of you listening to me right now, you might probably hiss and just get out of here. You don't want to watch this kind of videos. Yes, those are some of the issues you have. You need to address it. In fact, I have podcast channels. I have some people that every day I have to listen to what they say. Don't be surprised that I'm getting better. I have to get better. I understand the formula and I'm applying it. But what about you? What about you? So get learning, get started. Program yourself, force yourself. You must do it. You must do it. Right? These barriers are so many. That's why I'm saying that talking about mindset, you might need to take it like a series. Finally, I want to end this by encouraging you to make sure that as you learn, you practice. My own part of learning is when I practice. That's why the first time I brought myself live here, some people kept looking at me like I don't know why I'm here. And I was not actually doing well because I was even afraid of speaking English. I don't know how to, because I have this feeling that there are a lot of people out there that are already doing well. They can speak good English. Some people are living outside the country. Some people are living abroad. They'll be watching me live and I'll be making mistakes and things will not go the way I want. What if I fuck up? I need to delete the video or what? No. Watch my message. Watch my fuck up. I'm going to get it right. So can't you see that I'm getting it right? So I'm definitely going to get better. So what I do it. That's the way to learn. Don't read it and go. Don't listen to it and go. If you drop this video, get at something, fight it, start it, fail and start again, mess up, count your mistakes, learn from them and move. That's how I'm doing it. So get quality knowledge, practice a lot, fail, come back again, fail, come back again, keep doing it, don't give up, and be like me or join my team. Don't forget, I'm raising 1 million people with $1 million each in their account. Until tomorrow, see you next time. Bye bye.